The Autumn Wind is a rapid-fire pulse rifle that has just returned back to the game. It was here, I think, back in Curse of Osiris, but now it's returned and it's feeling pretty good. Now this is the role that I'm going to be using throughout most of the video, but I do want to go through what you can say is a god role and kind of review the perks this thing has, so why don't we go ahead and take a look at that. So first of all, like I said, I have Arrowhead, Ricochet, Rangefinder, and Moving Target. That's pretty good. You can see here we have 35 meters of range. What I want to do is go ahead and compare this to one of my favorite pulse rifles in the game, and that's another rapid fire frame, which is the Peace of Mind. So here we have the Peace of Mind. This has around 37 meters of range with this current roll, and this is what I consider to be a god roll. This is how I have mine crafted. I use full bore, ricochet rounds, enhanced perpetual, and enhanced elemental capacitor, and we don't want to sleep on land tank here. So throw a range masterwork on there, and I love this roll. So this already has more range than the Autumn Wind that I'm using right here. That's obviously great, but look at this, 57 stability on this roll, and you already have 86 on the Peace of Mind. Not to mention, you get a tier of resilience every time you get a kill with land tank, and you have plus 20 stability, from your elemental capacitor. That's why this is so high, and you get more stability the more you walk around. I do have it up to 2 stacks here on the site, so you can see with this at 2 stacks of perpetual motion, you're at 86, right? That's absolutely amazing, and that's what kind of makes the Peace of Mind an anti-flinch machine, with also having amazing range. So that's why I love the Peace of Mind so much. It has a great TTK, it doesn't flinch very often, and that's what I love about it. But why don't we go ahead and see what I think the god roll is for the Autumn Wind that could kind of be in slight competition to the Peace of Mind. So when I was looking at this gun, I figured, okay, you can kind of match the range with it, if you have something like a rangefinder on, that's fine, and you can even go up to like a 37.5 meters of range here on this roll. That's pretty nice in my opinion. But the thing is, you're just going to be lacking in stability compared to the Peace of Mind, especially if you don't have something like Perpetual Motion on. So I do think I like Perpetual Motion. For the barrel, I did go with small bore here. I don't think you want to go something like full bore, which I do go on my Peace of Mind for one big reason. There's so much stability on it that I think you can lose that stability and use the extra range for it. But on the Autumn Wind, I think I'd rather keep some extra stability and get range at the same time, so I chose small bore so I could have a little bit of both of those. Ricochet rounds are some of my favorite in the game. Again, more range, more stability. We could go for something like high caliber rounds if we want to, and do a little more flinch to our enemies, but I think that Ricochet is going to be the choice here for me. Now in this column we do have Perpetual Motion, which I do think is the best. You move around for a bit, you get stability, handling, and reload speed. But there is some good things in here. If you want to go for Rangefinder, just if you are a rangy boy, that's a great choice. Heating Up could be great if you want to go full on kill effects. Same thing with Tunnel Vision or Killing Wind. And even Slideways here could be quite effective. When you do slide, you're going to get for 3 seconds that extra stability and handling. So if you want to bump the stability on this thing, that could be a great choice. Demolitionist, of course, is not a bad choice to be honest with you if you want to play some grenade builds. Pugilist, honestly pretty fine in my opinion. Wouldn't really recommend offhand. Shot Swap. Perfect Float could actually be pretty good, especially if you want to counter some more flinch, and I would not recommend Envious Assassin in the slightest. And this column here is where it actually sets itself apart from something like the Peace of Mind, because we have a lot of kill perks. Kill perks, of course, are going to actually increase our TTK, so that's what I want to lean into with this gun. Now let's look at the ones we have here. First of all, we have Swashbuckler, Rampage, Multi-Kill Clip, and then we have Adrenaline Junkie here. So those are our choices for our kill perks. Let's take a look at what the damage values might be on these. So you get a kill here, and that's 6.7% increased damage off of 1 kill. Rampage is going to be a 10%, so obviously that's already a better choice. Down here on Multi-Kill Clip though, we have 17% after you reload upon getting a kill. So that's why I think Multi-Kill Clip is pretty darn good. And then finishing off, we do have Adrenaline Junkie, which again, 6.7% comparable to the Swashbuckler back here. So honestly, I would say go for the Multi-Kill Clip and the Perpetual Motion. I think together, with these 3 right here, you're going to have a lot of range and stability, but also you have a Kill Clip here, so you can take someone out, reload, do a lot of extra damage, smack a second guy, and kind of streak a lot of kills in my opinion. You can go for something like Rampage if you don't want to have to reload after you get that first kill, and 10% is honestly not bad in the slightest. If you want something like Moving Target to help out with the lock on to enemies a little more, that could be good. Frenzy, of course, if you do stay in combat for a long time, is a 15% increase to your damage, and you don't have to even get any kills for that, so that can be quite effective as well. Elemental Capacitor, of course, is going to be a great choice, especially if you're on something like Void, like I am. You could get 20 extra stability, get more airborne effectiveness if you're on the new strand. Something like Arc could give you a boost to your handling, so that could be good all around if you're someone who's interested in that. Last but not least, I would say maybe look at Harmony, because you could make some fun builds with that, but I don't think it's going to be the premier pick that you'd go for. Thresh could be fun. You're getting a lot more orbs in PvP now, so using this could help you get even more super energy, and you could just be supering as often as possible. I would just look at Headseeker here. People do like Headseeker. Personally, I think it's going to be better on something like a high impact frame pulse rifle, but I think it could still be slightly effective on this weapon. Now that we've looked at all that, you know my opinions on what I think the actual god rolls are for this gun, and here again is what I'm going to be using in this video. Pointing out one quiet moment here is the origin trait, so when you are out of combat, you do get very fast reload speed, which can be quite effective to be honest with you, and I noticed it quite a few times as I was using it throughout the night. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into some gameplay here as I talk about the weapon more, and give you my honest review and opinion on the gun itself. Hope you guys enjoy that, and why don't we go ahead and blink on into it. So I gotta say, even without any kill perks on this thing, it's pretty dang solid. I had a fun time with it. I feel like a lot of weapons that have come out with Lightfall and Season of the Defiance here have these little red dot sights on them, and that's something that I'm a fan of for the most part, but what I really like are the more chunky red dot sights, like on the Peace of Mind, as we've been talking about a lot in this video so far. You can see the red dot on this gun, though, is very skinny. It kind of rattles around quite a bit, and I don't really love how the casing around that reticle is one of those like hollow sights instead of an actual physical sight, again like on the Peace of Mind. So when it comes to gun feel, how do I like it? Well, I think it feels pretty great. I think most rapid fire frames do, especially when a match might be laggy or whatnot, which happens a lot, especially at the beginning of a season. And in 6s, I notice, then the rapid fires feel great because you can just spam a bunch of bullets out, and it's going to go into somebody's noggin enough to usually kill no matter what. I like that quite a bit. In terms of the gun sound, it's pretty nice, nothing special, you know, there's not any really space laser pew pew sounds like you might get with an energy gun, but it still feels nice. It's definitely enjoyable, and you feel it doing its damage. You know, you look at all those crits I just got right there, like, it's really easy to get on target with somebody. Again, I do have a moving target in the clips you're seeing right here. So it feels great there. I will say I do actually have an Icarus grip on this one, just because I had really high, what do you call it, aim direction. So it was at like 93 aim direction or something with this roll that I had because of my, not the barrel option, but you know, the one next to the mag option, I believe. So that helped quite a bit. Otherwise, I would recommend probably putting on a counterbalance stock and just obviously having on the full auto setting in your settings. People were asking me in some other reviews I did. I reviewed the Perpetualis auto rifle. I'll put that on the end screen if you want to check out the review on that gun, because that one's also quite good. But people were asking in that review I did, hey, where do you get this thing? So in case you are wondering where you get this gun, just play Crucible. Go ahead and play Crucible matches and it will drop. The funny part is, as I was playing Crucible tonight for this video to get these clips, I got 4 or 5 more of these to drop. They were dropping like crazy. So you will get these quite a bit. So just stick to it, play a bunch of Crucible matches, and you're going to get a heck ton of rolls of this thing. So it's not very hard to get, of course. Anybody can just drop in some quick play and get these guns, okay? So that's pretty simple. But it's quite effective. I think, especially for newer players, if you don't quite have your arsenal filled out yet, this is going to be a great choice. You can just go ahead and, like I said, play some quick play. You don't even have to play comp or anything, you know, just go ahead, run some Clash and Control, have fun, get yourself used to the game. As you play, you're going to get different rolls of this. I am very excited, as we talked about in the review section of the perks we can get on this, to actually try out some kill clip type perks, any kind of kill activated perks. Rampage is one that I actually am interested in. I know we talked about it, just because it's a kill perk you can use that does not have to be reload afterwards, so you can just get that kill and have that 10% extra damage. Frenzy is another one that I want to check out, so you can have that 15% increased damage plus some other stat boost, and all you have to do is stay in combat for a little bit. I'm not a big Frenzy fan. I've used it a little more lately on some guns, and I do definitely see its merit and understand why people like it. For me, it's just not my go-to choice, but I'm not a fool, and I do know it's actually very effective. So if you do like Frenzy, and that's something you want to try out, I would highly recommend you go ahead and do that. But personally for me, I like kill clips. I am a very aggressive player, and I'd like to make plays. So when I go in, what I'm trying to do is get that kill clip activated. I know I have shots that I can rely on to take somebody out pretty effectively, and then immediately I can switch on to their friend. And since I'm going to have 17% increased damage from that kill clip, then yeah, I'm going to hit pretty hard. I had to point out this clip here. I have 16 special ammo. Like, and then I kill this guy, and I'm about to pick his up. Like, Jesus, the ammo economy is screwed right now. It's messed up. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, you want to leave me a like, I'd really appreciate that. And like I said, go watch the Perpetualis review on the end screen in just a second here. That is it for me today, though, so as always, have a great day, Guardians.